I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. The town of Perry was left shocked after a woman was found brutally murdered in her home last April.
Now the two suspects charged with her murder await a jury trial expected to get underway this week. Our Grace Blanchard has details.
Jury selection took place early Tuesday morning here at the Washington County Courthouse as the community hopes to seek justice for the death of Kimberly Neptune.
Never be justice enough. That never. You know, I mean, I can't imagine it. I just...
Neptune was found deceased in her home in Pleasant Point in April of 2022. Previous autopsy reports revealed she was stabbed nearly 500 times. Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit later arrested two suspects while conducting a traffic stop. 39-year-old Donald Dana and 38-year-old Kaylee Brackett, both of Perry, were both charged with one count of murder. Many community members say they are shocked to see a murder trial of this scale taking place in Washington County.
It's small town USA. You don't expect to see that stuff on a routine basis, and when it happens, yeah, I would suspect that a lot of people it's quite a shock.
You almost want to not really say hello to strangers, or, you know, and that's hard because usually we're quite welcoming.
According to court officials, jury selection will likely take multiple days, with opening arguments set to commence on Thursday. In Machias, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
We will be continuing to provide full coverage of that upcoming trial. Well, the man accused of murdering 62-year-old Edwin Weeks in his Fairfield home last Tuesday made his initial court appearance this afternoon. 22-year-old Raheem Shamar Goodwin of Benton appeared via Zoom from the Somerset County Jail. Goodwin did not enter a plea at his initial appearance, but the judge did go over the charge with him.
On or about November 28, 2023, in the town of Fairfield, Somerset County, state of Maine, Raheem Goodwin did intentionally and knowingly cause the death of another human being, namely Edwin Weeks, or did engage in conduct that manifests a depraved indifference to the value of human life, which in fact caused the death of Edwin Weeks in violation of 17A MRSA section 201, sub 1, sub A, and sub B. Mr. Goodwin, do you understand the charge?
Yes, I understand.
Was denied bail and will remain in custody pending his trial. His next court date is scheduled for January 24th.
First responders helped rescue a man with a serious injury in Troy this morning. Lieutenant Cody Late with the Waldo County Sheriff's Office says deputies and medical crews were called to 763 Bangor Road in Troy just after 10:30 for a report of a farming accident in which a man's leg had been completely severed. The man was transported to the hospital via life flight. Lieutenant Late says the circumstances surrounding the incident are not suspicious in nature.
Well, volunteers and city workers have removed mementos, signs, and other items that accumulated at the sites of the mass shooting in Lewiston. The effort Tuesday marks a new chapter in the region's recovery from the October 25th attacks in which a gunman killed 18 people and wounded 13 others at a Lewiston bowling alley and bar. The handwritten signs, cards, bouquets, and other items will be archived, cataloged, and prepared for exhibition at the Maine Museum of Innovation, Learning, and Labor, also in Lewiston.
Machias residents should plan to seek alternate routes this week as construction begins on the highly traveled Dyke Bridge. According to the Maine Department of Transportation, this is the start of a multi-year project. The bridge will be closed in both directions as workers start building a new temporary passageway on top of its current structure. This comes after recent inspections revealed soil deterioration and faulty culverts, which caused major concerns for the many travelers that use the bridge. The closure is expected to last until Friday, and further details on the project can be found on our website, foxbangor.com.
Well, the former Perk plant in Orrington is under new ownership after an auction last month. And those new owners have some big changes planned. Our Matthew Juronsik has that story.
The former Perk plant, which has sat dormant since May, could be operational in a few short weeks.
We would like to, and it's our plan to be up and running before the beginning of the year.
This comes after C&M Faith Holdings successfully bid on the property in November. Once operational, the Orrington plant will feature a new name, the Garbage Recycling and Clean Energy Plant, or GRACE. For now, Grace co-owner Mark Boswell says he's looking to get every employee who lost their job when the plant shut down.
No one likes to go to a job that is up and down all the time, worrying about whether it's going to stay open or whether it's not. That will give them the sense to know that we are stable and they have job security.
This comes as a sigh of relief for plant manager Henry Lang. He says he's been fighting to keep as many employees as he can.
I can't say enough how much I appreciate all that they've done to stick by and wait it out. We've been down since May. We've been furloughed since, I think, start of August. It's been a long time waiting.
The new owners plan to change how waste is processed, using what's known as Recycled Solutions Technology, or RST. Boswell says this state-of-the-art technique will help eliminate the burning of waste to create energy.
It goes in, all the organics during the middle of the process into a kiln. All in the middle of the process, they all give up and become a gas, which we then, combust right there on the site and then use that as steam to make electricity.
However, Lang says he doesn't anticipate the facility to be up and running right away.
I think a couple of weeks is a pretty hopeful timeline. I've got an idea of a plan that was in place, and we believe that would be about an 8-week startup, and we haven't really gotten to that startup point yet.
Boswell says he expects to discuss the plans for the future of the facility with Governor Mills in a meeting next Friday, December 15th. In Orrington, Matthew Juroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A newly formed Maine program to help end homelessness is almost ready for its first steps. Housing First was established by Governor Mills in the 2023 biennial budget back in July. Advocates say the model will fund housing for chronically homeless people without certain limitations imposed by low-barrier shelters, and is a crucial first step towards housing or helping unhoused people gain stability in their lives. The budget sets aside between $7 and $8 million in funding every year from half of the state's real estate transfer tax revenues. Housing First properties would have on-site social service workers dedicated to those residents. Housing First has an initial timeline of January 2024 to hire its first staff, which will include an associate director of housing. The second position will help with contracting and technical expertise surrounding funding.
The associate director of housing will have direct responsibilities for the Housing First program, along with staff that are in the that currently exist in the Office of Behavioral Health, along with the additional staff person that was provided through this legislation. So it will oversee Housing First and also Shelter Plus Care, the Continuum of Care grant that comes through the Office of Behavioral Health, and it will also have under its wheelhouse the Bridging Rental Assistance Program, or BRAP.
Housing First is not expected to be fully implemented until 2025.
The Supreme Court has dismissed a case involving a Maine hotel that could have made it harder for people with disabilities to learn in advance whether hotel accommodations meet their needs. Hotels and other businesses had urged the justices to limit the ability of so-called testers to file lawsuits against hotels that fail to disclose accessibility information on their websites and other reservation services. The information is required by a 2010 Justice Department rule. People suffering discrimination can sue under the landmark 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act. The justices dismissed the case and threw out a lower court ruling in favor of tester lawsuits. The outcome leaves the issue unresolved at a national level.
Maine is seeing a rise in COVID, RSV, and other respiratory illnesses, specifically at hospitalization areas and nursing homes. That's according to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center's Medical Director of Clinical Education. And the CDC is reporting a 4% increase in flu-related doctor visits. And as we get into the holiday season, Northern Light Health wants people to know there's still time to get your annual vaccines. They also say it's important to remember the COVID vaccines taken back in 2021 do not prevent the new strains of COVID today.
Get your annual flu shot, get your annual COVID vaccine. And then for people over the age of 60 or women who are pregnant, we recommend getting a vaccine that's just come out this year against RSV, which again, for most people just causes a cold, but for the very old or the very young or women who are pregnant, it can cause some serious illness.
Learn more about your vaccination options. Dr. Jarvis recommends speaking to your healthcare provider or visiting northernlight.org.
Well, there is a definite chill in the air tonight.
There certainly is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been kind of feeling it all day, but temperatures really plummeting out there right now.
And in contrast to days where, like, we might enjoy a crisper morning, but things tick up at least a little bit during the day.
Yeah.
Really pretty steadily chilly throughout this day anyway. And the overnight's looking pretty frigid. Let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. You need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, a building for your pets. Check out Winterport, the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. And the return of puffy coat season is here with high temperatures in the 20s today. We'll have single-digit low temperatures tonight and then recover not much tomorrow with highs only back in the 20s to low 30s. Today, 27 here in Bangor, 23 Millinocket. A cold, kind of breezy day across our region. We could have feel-like temperatures near zero tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Some clouds out there today, now mostly clear skies across our area. We'll get some clouds across the area tonight. Overall, though, we are quiet, most likely into the weekend. Finally, a quiet stretch of weather for us. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 9. Your full forecast is coming up.
Wow.
Okie dokes.
Yeah, all right, Jeff, thank you. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Dog owners across the state and nation are worried about a spreading canine respiratory illness. We'll hear from a local kennel.
And our Doug Banks takes us to one Bangor business that's putting on a Christmas-themed haunted house. Those stories and more local news when we come back.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Roto-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa-la-la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Roto-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Dude, you coming? Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Happy holidays from Old Town Redemption, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Season's greetings from Indoor Yard Sale. We have the best deals in town. River's Edge Chiropractic, holiday destination for health and happiness this season. Move better, feel better, live better.
If snake oil has this guy, ask yourself, would Santa lie?
You suspect.
All new snake oil, Wednesday after The Masked Singer on Fox.
Hi there, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from Maniac Manor, the haunted house attraction in the Bangor Mall that's doing Christmas-themed events, plus the latest information about the Orrington incinerator, which of course has been in a limbo process for quite some time now. These stories and much more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. Dog owners across the U.S. are worried about a spreading respiratory illness. It looks a lot like kennel cough, but the symptoms are different. As Mal Meyer reports, many are taking precautions as health officials continue to look into what exactly is causing it.
Cases of an atypical canine infectious respiratory disease complex, or kennel cough, have been reported in multiple states. The American Veterinary Medical Association says the exact number is unclear.
She was here at this dog park, and she got like a little kennel cough. It wasn't terrible,
Jeff Grimm says his dog was recently sick.
It's much like a cough from a person.
Little Jezebel got healthy quickly, but the AVMA says in other cases, the dog's mild to moderate tracheobronchitis lasted 6 to 8 weeks or longer and was minimally or not responsive to antibiotics. Others had chronic pneumonia or acute pneumonia that rapidly became severe.
My mom mentioned it to me. She's like, be careful. And I'm like, I'm definitely going to be careful because if something happens to him, I don't know what I'd do. It'd be so sad. I'd be heartbroken.
Several bacteria and viruses can contribute to kennel cough. The AVMA says by the time a dog gets tested, it may no longer be detectable. Officials in New Hampshire, Colorado, and Oregon are working with laboratories to figure out what the underlying cause or causes may be.
We're cleaning, we're being really careful with the dogs. They're not sharing water bowls.
The Barkyard in South Portland just sent out a notice to dog owners about the illness and precautions they're taking. But co-owner Britt Balnick thinks it's been hyped up and argues things go around.
Same as when you have kids in school. It can be canine cough, it can be other strains of upper respiratory illness or canine flu, but it happens every year.
For now, experts say if your dog is coughing that you should contact your veterinarian before they have contact with other dogs.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting. Well, while most people would avoid playing with glass, one business owner in Ellsworth specializes in it. Linda Perrin is a glass blower and owner of Atlantic Art Glass, where she spends her days making drinking glasses, vases, and Christmas ornaments. Our Jody Hersey takes us there.
There's no place Linda Perrin would rather be than blowing glass in her Atlantic Art Glass studio in Ellsworth.
Glass is really attractive. It's such a traditional material for gifts, wedding gifts, heirlooms.
Perrin has been blowing, forming, and molding objects out of glass for 30 years, and her work is internationally recognized.
I do an innovative blown glass jewelry, and in fact, I was featured this summer in Venice. My work is now showing at the Museum of Glass in Venice, Italy. It was really a lifetime achievement.
However, this time of year, Perrin says, the oven at Atlantic Art Glass is heated up to 2,000 degrees in order to create lots and lots of Christmas ornaments. Perrin and her employee, Briar Rose Warner, work in tandem to make one item at a time.
There is a order of how you do things, but then there's always maybe something different could happen because glass is very humbling and it has kind of a mind of its own.
Perrin says that glass blowing combines her athletic abilities with her artistic side in order to create something beautiful that the public can enjoy.
We do a lot of events in the glass blowing studio where we are doing demonstrations for the public, and we have some bleachers that people can sit on behind my glass blowing bench and equipment and watch the glass being made.
Perrin is passionate about sharing her talents with others in hopes of possibly inspiring the next generation of glass blowers.
I'm so glad that I am doing what I'm doing, and I hope to keep it up till I am physically not able to anymore.
Atlantic Art Glass is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. In Ellsworth, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such an incredible art form. Well, Christmas is that special time of year when people bake cookies, go caroling, and share gifts with their loved ones, among other traditions. But one local business is putting their own spin on the holiday spirit. Our Doug Banks has that story.
If you're looking to get away from the traditional Christmas spirit, then Maniac Manor, located in the Bangor Mall, might just have what you're looking for with their haunted Christmas event.
We call it a haunted Christmas, and our main character is Krampus, and that's who you're going to be encountering somewhere in the haunt as you make your way through the decrepit halls and the old Halloween and Christmas decorations that have been combined together.
If you dare to step inside, you'll see a month's worth of hard work and attention to detail.
The entire month of November, we shut down to completely turn this place into a Christmas haunted house.
Those familiar with Maniac Manor know you won't have the same experience twice.
With all new animatronics and decorations and decor, right down to our actors are completely different.
The full scare event will be offered Saturday from 3 to 7 and Sunday from 1 to 5. But for those who want to take the time to appreciate the craftsmanship of a Krampus Christmas, on Friday from 5 to 8, they will have a no-scare event.
People could actually take their time to experience what we've put on. Hopefully they have an experience they haven't had anywhere else, and especially in the state of Maine.
For more information, visit Maniac Manor on Facebook. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow.
That definitely looks like an experience.
That is one way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting some Nightmare Before Christmas vibes from that thing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say, though, I have a couple really close friends who really are horror buffs. They really delight in that genre. And so, you know, you got to keep them in mind year round, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that they're doing a great job at that.
Absolutely. Looks like a lot of work. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville will lift his 10-month hold on nearly all of the military members whose promotions he blocked.
And lawmakers on Capitol Hill are questioning why there's a nationwide shortage of some of the most common drugs. Those stories and more when we come back.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Tired of your internet service constantly letting you down? Those other providers may promise the world with their flashy advertisements, but are you truly having a good customer experience? Fear not, because there's a new player in town. Introducing GoNet Speed. No more endless hold times or automated responses. We're here to listen, support, and provide you with the exceptional service you deserve. Our fast, reliable fiber internet, it's mind-blowing. Let us show you what true internet satisfaction feels like.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville suddenly dropped his blockade of most military promotions. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Through unanimous consent, the Senate confirmed more than 400 military nominees, ending a nearly year-long blockade by Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville.
These military officers will now get the promotions they so rightfully earned.
Tuberville held up the nominations for 10 months over a Pentagon policy offering time off and travel reimbursement for service members who have to travel out of state for an abortion. He's now relenting without getting any concessions from the Pentagon.
I'm releasing everybody. I still got a hold on, I think, 11 four-star generals. Everybody else is completely released from me. It's over.
Republicans had been ramping up pressure for Tuberville to drop his gambit. The military said the blockade threatened their readiness.
As evidenced by everything that's going on in the world right now, we have a very important mission in terms of defending this nation. And anytime you add a level of uncertainty into the chain of command, it creates an unnecessary friction.
While the military can breathe a sigh of relief, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is warning other senators against pursuing a similar tactic.
If every senator did what Senator Tuberville tried to do and held up military confirmations because of this or that partisan issue, no matter how deeply felt, it would grind the Senate to a halt.
The Senate confirmed 425 military leaders on Tuesday, but the continued blockade of four-star nominations include the vice chiefs of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. In Washington, Mallory Rivera, Fox News.
A powerful explosion rocked a neighborhood in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. last night. The blast destroying at least 2 homes. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest on the investigation.
Stunning video shows a home exploding Monday night in Arlington, Virginia, just outside D.C. Police say it burst into flames after a suspect fired multiple rounds from a flare gun inside the home.
Thought it was a sonic boom at first.
It's incredibly shocking. It had to be a deliberate act and a desperate person, and I hope it has no broader connections to terrorism or something.
Officers were at the home to execute a search warrant because a few hours earlier, police say the suspect fired the flare gun dozens of times into the street. No one was injured, but neighbors say the powerful blast happened after an hours-long standoff between police and the suspect.
We were attempting to do the search warrant. We were attempting to make contact with the individual when shots were discharged inside the residence.
Several officers received minor injuries, but did not need to go to the hospital.
There's no ongoing threat to the community related to this incident and no outstanding suspects.
At least one other home was destroyed by the blast. Police say the suspect is presumed to be deceased after human remains were found at the scene. The FBI and other federal agents are helping with the investigation. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Pharmaceutical experts are sounding the alarm in Washington as America's health systems struggle to handle ongoing drug shortages. Fox's Rich Edson now with that story.
Drug shortages are a significant public health risk of the highest national priority.
Pharmaceutical experts warn Americans are at risk as there are shortages of low-cost generic drugs, generic sterile injectable drugs, and cancer-fighting medications.
GSI drugs include drugs to treat cancer, crash cart drugs used to treat life-threatening emergencies, morphine, IV antibiotics and IV nutrition, and something as basic as saline and sterile water for injection.
The Senate Finance Committee held a hearing Tuesday to examine the issue. Some witnesses say the primary drivers of the supply chain problems are regulations and economic factors. In some cases, low profit margins lead some manufacturers to stop producing certain products. In others, drugs produced overseas have quality control issues.
Manufacturers lack incentives to invest in dependable supply chains.
The American Society of Health System Pharmacists says there are drug shortages for almost 250 different medications in America, including supply chain disruptions for chemotherapy drugs.
Many of my colleagues have been forced to make impossible choices, including to choose which patients will be prioritized to receive potentially curative therapy.
To ease some of these shortages, President Biden last week invoked the Cold War-era Defense Production Act to try to boost U.S. manufacturing of medicine and medical supplies. In Washington, Rich Edson, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the IDF is pushing deeper into southern Gaza amid a new intensification of the conflict.
And in sports, Herman girls basketball has their state title-winning coach back. How his approach is already helping build the team up. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MasterChef Junior, home for the holidays.
I thought we were all going to wear costumes for this.
Bah, humbug! The MasterChef Junior Holiday Special begins December 10th on Fox.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year and potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st and put one of these hard-working vehicles to work for you today. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Or go to buyfordnow.com/tax savings.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's making special stops here at ABC7 and Fox 22's morning show before the big night. Starting in December, Santa will be here reading your children's emails and letters. Have your kids send their message to Santa by emailing santa@wvii.com or by sending it to our mailing address at 371 Target Industrial Circle in Bangor. And make sure to watch Good Morning Maine on ABC7 and Fox 22 to see what Santa has to say.
Israeli forces are pushing deeper into southern Gaza as their campaign to root out Hamas terrorists intensifies. Relatives of hostages met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the first time since a series of ceasefires expired. Qatar's Emir, meanwhile, says the deaths of innocent Palestinians in Gaza constitute genocide. Fox's Greg Palcott is in southern Israel with the latest.
It's being called some of the most intense airstrikes and ground combat of the nearly two-month war between Israel and Hamas. The terrorists targeted on land, sea, and air. Remaining pockets of militants in the northern Gaza Strip routed. Israeli troops charging into the group's southern hideout.
To Israel's allies who are pushing to end this war swiftly, the only way to end it swiftly is to use overwhelming force.
Israel reportedly putting numbers to its battle. Sources claiming of the 15,000 killed in Gaza, 5,000 are Hamas fighters. That still leaves a big civilian death toll, a surging humanitarian crisis.
We need to provide protection to the civilians in Gaza.
Hamas might be down, but it's not out. Rockets fired from Gaza as far north as Tel Aviv. Amid reports, Israel is considering flushing out Hamas tunnels with seawater. At risk, hostages who might be hidden underground. 100 were freed, but 138 remain in horrid conditions.
While we speak, there's a Holocaust, a 3-hour drive from here.
While many across the region do what they can. At this IDF staging area, an Israeli-American soldier who goes by his first name Hod is pitching in.
I'm feeling a lot of pride in currently being in the Army, getting to protect my people. Obviously, this has been a very intense situation, lots of emotions.
And another emotional insight, an Israeli health ministry official saying on this day that recently freed hostages were given tranquilizer pills before their release to make them appear calm and happy after weeks of abuse and terror. Chilling stuff. In southern Israel, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to battle Russia, but the war-torn country is running out of funds, with pressure mounting on Congress to approve another aid package. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more.
Congress is running out of time to greenlight more funding for Ukraine in its war against Russia. Several Republican lawmakers are reluctant to approve more aid despite dire warnings that without American support, Ukraine will lose.
Ukraine may fall. Democracy in Europe will be imperiled.
The White House says the U.S. will run out of Ukraine aid funding by the end of the year. President Biden is asking for roughly $105 billion for Ukraine, Israel, and other security needs. But in a new letter, House Speaker Mike Johnson is issuing an ultimatum to the president. There will be no additional money for Ukraine without immigration reform.
We must secure our border. We need substantive change there. There's bipartisan concern and agreement on that.
And many GOP members have criticized what they see as the lack of an exit strategy.
How can we assure that hard-earned taxpayer money is being spent the way that we want it to be spent in Ukraine before we even consider more Ukraine funding?
Democrats warn the failure to act threatens the United States' security too.
If we walk away from Ukraine at this point, it'll be a shameful chapter in American history and it'll be known to the world.
A procedural vote on the president's roughly $105 billion request is expected to take place on Wednesday. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
The State Department is making a major announcement about efforts to bring American journalist Evan Gershkovich home. It comes as his parents plead with President Biden to help free him. Fox's Matt Finn has the story.
Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich spending more than 250 days in a Russian prison on spying charges. Last week, a Moscow court extended his detention until at least January 30th. His parents now pleading with President Biden to follow through with his promise and bring Evan home.
That promise that the president made gave us a lot of solace and hope and strength, but it's after 250 days, it's getting very, very hard.
Russia is also detaining former Marine Paul Whelan. The Biden administration announced Tuesday it made a major offer for their release, but Russia declined.
We have ways to make offers known to them, and we will continue to do so, and we hope that we will be able to secure their release.
The Biden administration declared Gershkovich wrongfully detained following his arrest in March while on a reporting trip outside Moscow. Russia accuses him of espionage, but authorities have not detailed what evidence they have against the 32-year-old. Gershkovich and the Journal deny any wrongdoing. His family says they remain in contact with the U.S. government, but feel they have been kept in the dark about efforts to free their son from Russia's Lefortovo prison.
He's fighting very hard to stay mentally fit, to stay physically fit. And he wrote to me in the letter, every day it's like swimming against the stream.
Evan Gershkovich faces up to 20 years in a Russian prison if convicted, and he recently celebrated his 32nd birthday behind bars. In London, Matt Finn, Fox News.
All right, and when we come back, our full 5-day forecast.
Stay with us.
High temperatures mostly back in the 20s tomorrow, followed by single-digit low temperatures, but much warmer air is on the way. Details on that when I come back.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or $2,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
You know, there are thousands of kids and adults who don't have coats to keep them warm, but you can help. Go into your closet with your kids and take out the coats you don't wear anymore. Now, they need to be new or like new with no rips or stains, and drop them off at any Jordan's Furniture, Anton's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. Your donation will help so many families stay warm, and it'll warm your heart too. Plus, it's a great lesson for your kids. Thanks.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
The holidays are here and scammers are putting in extra hours. Keep these tips in mind. Carefully research any charity prior to making a donation and be selective when giving out banking information. When buying gift cards, stick to stores you know and trust and keep your receipts. When shopping online, look for HTTPS in the address bar to ensure you are on a secure website. Finally, trust your gut. If the deal appears too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, have a great holiday season from Bangor PD. We'll be here if you need us.
Hello, Crapopolis!
From creator Dan Harmon comes TV's #1 new comedy.
How did I live without this?
Crapopolis, all new, Sundays on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Stop by and see our store in downtown Belfast and the new location in the Bangor Mall. Let's talk about the temperatures out there today. We're hanging out in the 20s, even a couple upper teens for parts of the area. We're going to have single-digit low temperatures tonight. Tomorrow, 20s are back in the forecast, followed by there is a big warm-up on the way for us later on this coming up weekend. Until then, though, single-digit low temperatures tonight and probably tomorrow night as well. Feel like temperatures near zero most of the day tomorrow with a kind of gusty northwest wind, and then 50s are not out of the question this weekend. I know, it is December, right? Okay, out there today though, the wind, it was a factor around gusting near 15 to 20, but with air temperatures in the 20s, making it feel like near zero most of the day. It'll likely stay with us tonight and tomorrow, so again, puffy coat weather is back in style with those temperatures near zero tonight. All right, highs today only near 27 here in Bangor, 23 will not get 28 for Bar Harbor, slightly below the average finally, right? But hold on, warmer temperatures are on the way, just not quite yet. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not really even Thursday. Friday though, high temperatures back in the 30s or so, as there is just a lot. We're the cool kids right now with the cold air right there, but the country's beginning to get a bit warmer again to the west. That's the air is going to slide our direction, and we definitely do have 40s back into the forecast, and maybe even a couple 50s back in the forecast next week. Overall, though, here's the trend for mid-December. Above average temperatures for much of the country, including us up here. We're looking good in terms of if you like warmer temperatures or above average temperatures. Definitely those are on the way through the middle portions of December. And that could easily give us high temperatures in at least the 30s and maybe some 40s out there as well. For today, lots of cloud cover earlier, followed by partly cloudy skies. Some clouds out there now. It'll be partly cloudy overnight tonight. Some low clouds out there too. Overall, though, this system here, it looks like we're in trouble, but we're not. That's going to slide to our south this evening, just like that toward Boston. And then overall, we're quiet really through tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. Maybe a little system getting here late Saturday. Overall, though, we're a quiet stretch of weather ahead. Don't forget your sunglasses for tomorrow. I'm going to run this through Thursday into Friday, and just nothing going on across our neck of the woods. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 9, with that north breeze around 5. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. Mostly sunny tomorrow to partly cloudy. Look for high temperatures up near 27. That's below average, with that north breeze gusting near 15 throughout the afternoon, making it feel even colder. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows 20s tomorrow, 20s on Thursday, 30s return though for Friday with lots of sunshine. There's the weekend, high temperatures back in the 40s, and we could flirt with 50 on Sunday afternoon.
Meanwhile, there's an 8. On the overnight lows.
You're focusing on the overnight low 8 degrees, and I'm looking at the weekend like, oh, that looks really nice and warm. So a little bit of everything this week.
A much more positive outlook.
Yeah, at
All
least
right.
tonight. All right, well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us.
Let us put the red tag on your shiny new Chevrolet from Quirk in Bangor. Save $71.20 on the 23 Silverado 1500 Custom LT and buy for $42,365. Or enjoy the holidays in a new 24 Equinox LT, leased for $429 per month. In the market for a pre-owned vehicle, Quirk Motor City has the next certified car, truck, or SUV you're looking for, with over 400 vehicles to choose from. It's your Chevy. Find it at Quirk in Bangor, Portland, and Rockland, celebrating 50 years.
Choosing Miracle Ear was a great decision. Like when I decided to host family movie nights. Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs. Now I enjoy every moment. The quiet ones and the loud ones.
Make a sound decision. Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some Red Sox news. Alex Verdugo is on his way out, and he'll be suiting up in pinstripes in the Bronx next season. As first reported by Jeff Passan on Twitter, the Red Sox are trading outfielder Alex Verdugo to the Yankees for 3 right-handed pitchers, Greg Weissert, Richard Fitz, and Nicholas Judas. Verdugo had a hot start to the season, batting .303 with 31 RBIs through June 22nd. Kind of fell off after that. All right, let's move on now. We will go to the Patriots. We mentioned on Monday it is a short week for them. New England hitting the road for Thursday night football this week to play the Steelers in Pittsburgh. It was pretty much confirmed on Tuesday that Bailey Zappi would once again be the starting quarterback for the Patriots this week. Not a great outing from Zappi on Sunday, going 13 for 25 with 141 yards. No picks, but no touchdowns. It's been a long season for Bailey. He was one of several players released on cut day in training camp, now preparing for his second start in a row, and he says it has been a journey.
You know, it's been a long ride, of course. So to be out there was an amazing opportunity. You know, we didn't get the result that we wanted. So hopefully we can, learn from it, grow from it, and going into Thursday, do everything we can to, do everything I can to put the team in the best possible situation, to win the game.
Being released in training camp, Zappi cleared waivers and eventually made his way back to New England's practice squad, then to the active roster, now to the top of the depth chart. Zappi says he had other teams reach out to him while he was on waivers, but Foxborough was really the place he wanted to call home.
This is the place I wanted to be. I wanted to play for OB. I wanted to play for Coach Belichick, and I wanted to play with the guys that I've built a relationship with over the last, year and a half, 2 years. So this is where I wanted to be.
All right, let's move on now. We'll talk some high school basketball. What's old is now new again with Herman girls basketball. Former state title winning coach Tim Thornton is back. The players don't mind him being around at all. Ryan Sudol has the story.
I think it's really great to have him back. He knows what we do here at Herman.
Herman girls basketball won their only state title in 1989, and Tim Thornton, the man at the helm, is back on the sidelines once again.
He says, I want you to get better every day, and it makes you believe in yourself and makes you want to get better every day, which is really nice.
Thornton left the girls team in 1994 and has been coaching on and off since, but no matter what job he holds, he has the same passion.
It's fantastic to bring these kids in here and give them the opportunity to be in front of the community, play a game that can be a lot of fun as you learn the techniques. There's nothing like the game of basketball.
And Thornton's approach to the game is something the team is welcoming with open arms. Why have all these set plays and positions when you can just play?
I don't like a strict, you have to do this there and this then. Like, he just lets you play, do your own thing, and I really think that's really important.
You don't have to plan everything and say I go from point A to B. No, find a way to get the job done and move on, whether there's failure or success.
The part of the game Thornton and the Hawks hope to have real success in this year is defense. It'll take a whole lot of cardio, but they're up to it.
These girls, they're really fit, which is really good to have a team that's fit because that just adds to their skill so much more. And so defense, we're just working on speeding up the team and forcing them to make mistakes that we can then jump on.
With 8 freshmen joining on and new leaders having to step up, it's been challenging to get into the groove. But the Hawks have shown great heart thus far, giving them confidence they can get back to the tourney.
It's a very new team, but I think we're going to be pretty strong this year. We have a lot to improve on, but I think by the end of the season we'll be in that playoff spot.
But as is standard for Coach Thornton, it's about coming together as a family.
Sisters don't always get along like brothers, but they'll go to the end of the world for each other, and that's really what I want.
In Herman, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Wishing them luck this year. Let's pivot to the college level now. Maine women's basketball returns to Memorial Gym on Wednesday night when the Black Bears host Harvard. Maine rebounding for a win over Fordham on Saturday after taking nationally ranked Indiana right down to the wire last week. The Black Bears led the Hoosiers for most of that game before falling late in the fourth, Maine nearly pulling off what would have been a major upset against a top 20 team in the country. So afterwards, head coach Amy Vachon saying that gritty performance is one that can really spark some confidence in her team for the rest of the season and beyond.
We know what our goal is. We know what we want to do. It's no secret. You know, we want to get back to the NCAA tournament. And in order to do that, you have to play teams like this. And so having that experience is hopefully just going to really push us to really want to get there, to have a different result when we get there.
All right, let's go back to the football field now, staying with the University of Maine. Their season ended a few weeks ago at New Hampshire, and on Monday, the transfer portal officially opened for the 2024 season. Black Bears losing a few guys already. We're going to start on the defensive end. Bugs Brown, the team's leading tackler, is on the way out, announcing his decision to leave this week. Shakur Smalls, another one who was a starter to begin the season, sidelined to injury, also out. Abdul Stewart, also a starting defensive back, transferring as well. And then defensive captain Vince Thomas is in the portal too. Jylan Spence is right behind him. On the offensive side, tight end Rohan Jones has announced his decision to leave with a couple years of eligibility left. Staying with the offense, Darius Bell on the line, and 2 backup quarterbacks, Anthony Harris and Aiden Pereira, are also heading to the portal. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
It's marked center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
You're replacing me? Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Dude, you coming? Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. With Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Flu Relief. Also try for Fizzy Fast Cough Relief.
For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master Mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Our first category is all-inclusive.
Pack your bags.
We're talking about a resort. There would be a cart that holds your luggage, a luggage cart. Luggage cart.
Dictionary.
The way Colton comes up with these things here at a resort, there are carts that hold your luggage. There's a luggage cart.
is a real trip.
Music, piano, keys, keys.
Piano keys! You're going to Panama! Every weekday.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
It's the new celebrity guessing game.
Who is the celebrity behind the relative?
That could win you life-changing money.
You got it right!
We Are Family, January 3rd on Fox.
Welcome back. The Center for Wildlife is a nonprofit that rehabilitates animals and teaches people about them. Johnny Maffey is in Cape Nettic with the reveal of its new ambassador.
Everybody meet Poppy, the porcupine.
Can you come up here instead?
Poppy actually came to us from a wildlife rehabilitator in Connecticut. She saw our announcement about Henry.
Henry the porcupine was the former Center for Wildlife ambassador who recently passed away. Now Poppy comes in with some big quills to fill.
The rehabilitator knew that she needed to live in sanctuary, and so the timing was just incredible. And Henry really just melted those hearts, and we know that Poppy will do the same.
What's she snacking on right now?
At the moment, she's chewing down on some rodent chow,
Okay.
which is a combination of some great carbohydrates for her, as well as loving some acorns.
As much as Henry knew how to steal the show, these porcupines still offer a great learning opportunity.
There's a lot of wonderful things about these creatures that a lot of people don't know. For instance, they like to use their tails to support themselves while climbing. Also, when they're coming down from trees, they'll usually use that to kind of test the waters behind them to make sure it's safe. But as Kristen said, one of the big things is knowing that they can't throw their quills. In fact, they're attached very much like hair follicles. So they don't want them pulled out any more than we want ours pulled out. So just keep that in mind. There's normally a reason if you see an animal with some quills in them that they got a little bit too close.
If you want to go say hi to Poppy or any of the animals in Cape Nettic, they're open Thursdays to Sundays and have some winter break activities lined up for kids too.
Our winter camps are going to be fully interactive. They're full day, and that's 3 days of the week. And also, we've got our Santa's workshop coming up.
And finally tonight, the Nativity story recently came to life at the Rock Church in Bangor. For the third year in a row, the church on Ohio Street hosted a live nativity where guests could walk through the night of Jesus' birth while actors played some of the crucial roles there, including Mary and Joseph. There was even a petting zoo on hand. Now, the free event called Light Up the Night was an opportunity for the church to reach members of the community that maybe don't normally attend their services.
Well, the goal absolutely is to show the love of Christ to the Bangor and greater region, that there's hope beyond ourselves.
We want this to be an outreach opportunity for people who maybe have never come or attended to be able to be here. But it's also a wonderful way to just kick off the Christmas season.
Well, the Rock Church has campuses in Bangor and Old Town, and it also streams its services online at experiencetherock.church. All right.
Really cool. Love the petting zoo too. That's definitely going to attract some more people.
Definitely was an animal theme in our closing block tonight.
Oh, indeed.
All righty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everybody here at Fox 22, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.